Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is definitely long overdue and I do apologise that it's taking me so long to film and edit this and get this live for you, but quite a while ago on Instagram I did ask if anybody had any questions for me, so here is my rather late but better late than never Q&A. So if you're interested in hearing all of my answers, then please keep watching. So question number one is, would you have any more kids? If you ask anybody that is close to me, and they will tell you that I will have more kids. I would love to have more, one or two more. I really don't feel like I am done. That doesn't mean to say that the boys don't complete me, because they absolutely do. But I just feel like that this was the one thing that I was meant to do in life, that I know that I'm good at, and that I genuinely couldn't think about not doing, if that makes sense. I feel like I was just meant to be a mum. Out of everything in the world, like career-wise and anything like that, being a mum was my thing. I don't feel I'm done. I don't feel like I'm done being pregnant. I absolutely love being pregnant. Realistically, I think I will struggle to persuade Dan, only because like our boys, they're hard. They're so very close in age. Half of them don't sleep all through the night, if at all. It's really quite difficult. 50% of them are in our bed, which is really quite hard. So at this moment in time, it's really difficult and it's quite challenging. But in maybe a year or two, we can reassess the situation and see where we're at and see how we're feeling. I know Dan has said not right now, but that doesn't mean to say like not ever. So I do feel like in the back of his mind and in his heart, he would love another one, because hand on heart, he is genuinely the most incredible dad. Like he's great with the newborns, he helps out so much. But I think with his work being really busy at the moment and with home life being really busy, we don't get any time, we barely have a conversation, so obviously that makes it difficult to make a baby. So yeah, we will have more kids. I do truly believe that, just not right now. What would you like your future job to be? Because I love babies so much, I did always think that maybe I could become a midwife. I would love that special moment, you know, you delivering this mum's entire world into her hands. Like there's something about that is just so incredible. Not that I can't see me working, because I can see me working, and obviously this YouTube and Instagram, I guess, is my job at the moment, and obviously I would love for that to grow and to sort of become a bit more of my life. But at the moment, I feel like my boys are my priority and I want to be there for them. I don't want to be away from them, because I know what they're like when I'm away from them, and they do struggle a little bit. So I want to be there for them for everything at the moment while they're still so young, because I feel like I've still got time. I'm still young and I've still got the rest of my life to do whatever I want to do, but at the moment it's about them. So question number 3 is, will you be moving to a bigger home? Yes, we will be moving. This isn't our forever home, unfortunately, although I absolutely love it. Dan gets really itchy feet and he is always striving to be better and to do better, which is amazing. Like his motivation is just brilliant. We live in a 4-bedroom house. It's detached. We have, you know, a lot of space for the boys, but I do feel like as they get older, they are going to want more space, their own privacy. At the moment, Lorenzo and Nico share a bedroom and Marco and Francesco share a bedroom, and then we use the 4th bedroom as a playroom, because we can at the moment, because they're so young. They love sleeping together, and I think we'll definitely make the most out of that. But I do feel like as they get older, we will need more space. They're going to want their own privacy. We will need a bigger garden, and yeah, Dan doesn't see this as being our forever home, so we don't know when, we don't know where, wear. It would be probably closer to their school, I'd imagine, because now they're in school, that is one thing that I don't want to change, is their schooling. So question number 4, I know who's asked me this question, so Rebecca, if you're watching, this is for you. Will you ever have a trip to Australia? I would love to. I'd love to come and meet you. Although the spiders do freak me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I actually have family in Australia. I've got family all over the world, India, America, Canada, Australia, Hong Kong. Like, we're very, very widely spread. I'm not very well travelled. I haven't travelled far. I do worry, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Australia is definitely a place that I would love to visit. I mean, who wouldn't? It just looks absolutely gorgeous. So question number 5 is, what made you start your YouTube channel and what advice would you give? So I was kind of thrown in the deep end, really, and I feel like that was a good thing for me because I'm very much a overthinker. I think about things way too much, and if I want to do something, I'm like, oh, shall I do it? Can I do it? I'm not sure when I should do it, but I really want to do it. My brain, it just works over time, really, and I need to stop doing that because that is one thing that really stresses me out about myself, is I overthink everything. So I got thrown into the deep end. Basically, I entered a Channel Mum competition. If you're not sure what Channel Mum is, I'll leave their link down below. They've got an amazing new website, and they were looking for a new mummy vlogger. I didn't tell anybody that I entered. I just did it quietly because I thought if I didn't get it, I'd be really disappointed. So vlogging is something that I had wanted to do for a while. I had friends that did it, and Lucy and Lara, who I'm quite close to, they'd started doing it, and I was like, gosh, I feel like I could do this. I really want to do this. And they both started working for Channel Mum, and then they told me about this competition. They were like, oh, you should do it, you should do it. And I was like, no, I can't do it, I can't do it. And then, like, I was online, like, how do I enter? So I entered it, and luckily I won. I was really pleased. I was very, very shocked that I'd won because the video that I put in, it was about 30 seconds long, and it was the most cringe-worthy video that I have ever watched in my entire life. So I don't know why they chose me, but I guess they obviously saw something in me and found something about our family, the way our family was laid out. I don't know, but they chose me and I was thrilled. So got thrown into the deep end. Basically from then, I was a part of Channel Mum, and I had to start creating 3 videos a month, and I was like, how do I do this? Literally had absolutely no clue. Still have absolutely no clue. It's just something that you learn as you go. I think the more you do it, the more you learn, the more comfortable you get. You realise what camera angles are good and where to look. So any advice I would give to anybody wanting to start vlogging and to start their own YouTube channel is to just go for it. What have you got to lose? You've got absolutely nothing to lose. Just do it. And for me, I love the fact that I've got these online videos that I can look back on when I'm older, and that the boys can look back on when they're older, for memories and everything like that. Just seeing them grow, like, there's nothing better than having videos to look back on. So question number 6 is, any tips on staying calm in the chaos of parenting? I do believe I'm quite a calm person anyway. Dan is the most chilled out person you'll ever meet. He's so chilled. He's like horizontal. He's so laid back. I feel like he rubs off on me a little bit. There are times though when my head just blows and I'm like, because parenting can be stressful. It can be hard, and I do lose my sometimes, but that's okay because everybody does. All parents do. I'm pretty sure they do anyway. If I find myself sort of bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, I tend to just take myself away from the situation, just have a few deep breaths, count to 10, re-enter the situation and just deal with it in a different manner, because I find that if I'm there and I'm like, boys, 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 and they're still not listening, I'm like, right, if I say boys one more time and they ignore me, I'm gonna blow. So I tend to just like walk away for a sec, just have a little think about it, think about maybe distracting them in some kind of way with something else, and yeah, just counting and breathing I do find really, really helps. I know that sounds so simple, but for me, it really works. So question number 7 is, any tips on how to get children to play nicely together? It's just, I think, consistency, telling them to share and telling them to be nice and play nicely definitely helps. I get down and play with them a lot on the floor, and I do think that having like an adult there helps make the play sessions a bit more calm. The siblings, they're gonna fight. They are gonna fight, because all siblings do, no matter if they're the closest of close siblings, they're the bestest of friends, they will fight. I feel like they do also need to do that, to fight, so they find out where they are with each other, and they find out, you know, what buttons to press and how far they can go with each other. I think that's good for them to learn each other's character and how far they can push each other. I know that sounds really horrible, and I don't let them, you know, fisticuffs all the time, because that's just not me. Not that they do that anyway. Yeah, I do find just staying calm around them, and I honestly feel, can you hear that now? That is so annoying. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. But I do feel like me and Dan show quite a lot of love to one another as well, and we are very loving parents, and we are a very close, loving, like touchy-feely kind of family. I know some people will be like, oh God, that's so cringe, but we are, and that's just us. And I do feel like that has definitely helped them be lovey towards one another. I've noticed you've had tattoos. What do the meanings of your tattoos mean, and the stories behind them? And do I have plans to get more? I do have tattoos, and they do have meanings. This paw print on my wrist that I have here is for my puppy. I got a puppy, I say in my past life, but it's not. It was my life, obviously, but it was with someone before Dan. Yeah, I had a dog, don't have a dog anymore, unfortunately. I had 1 star on my foot for my grandpa when he passed, and then I just ended up getting more stars around it, just because it looked a little bit lonely, and I didn't want him being on his own. I got more stars to surround him. On my back, I've got quite a large back tattoo that goes from like my left shoulder all the way down to like my right bum cheek. So I have a rose on my shoulder, I have an orchid in the middle of my back, and then I have 2 lilies on my lower hip. So the 2 lilies are for my mum and my stepmum, the orchid is for my dad, and the rose is for my brother. I do want to get my entire back covered. I know probably some of you will be like, what? People are like, oh my God, you have tattoos. So yeah, I would love to get my entire back covered. I obviously want to incorporate the boys in that somehow, maybe with some swallows or something, but I really want to turn my back piece into more of like a flower wall, jungly type, you know, lots of leaves and birds and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I haven't fully decided what I want completely, which is why I haven't been to get it done yet. Yes, so I do have plans to expand the one on my back and hopefully get it covered a bit more. Do you know what as well? I am turning 30 this year, so I feel like, oh, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. Don't worry about what other people think. But I absolutely love sleeves. I know I look at other girls with sleeves and I'm like, oh my God, that looks so nice. I just wouldn't know what I wanted. How is Marco's development coming along? He is actually doing like sensationally well. It feels like I was worried for so long, and then we managed to get these appointments and the blood test, the genetic testing, which I will do a whole nother video on. Since then, I feel like he's come on so much. He's saying so much, like he's counting to 10, which I never ever imagined him doing. His vocabulary has come on, his understanding, like his receptive language and his communication has definitely come on. He's still not great with his eating, so like nutritional wise is still not great. Sleep wise, still not great, but he is learning. He's more vocal, he's talking more, he's a bit happier within himself, which is good. I mean, he has bad moments where he's like, I don't want to be around anyone, but we can all get like that, can't we? But yeah, I mean, his development is coming on amazingly. Question number 10 made me laugh because this happens all the time. Do the younger two ever break up the train track? All the time. And Lorenzo flips his head. He absolutely hates it. Lorenzo is very particular. He'll build this amazing train track and he'll have like one train and about 10 carriages and he plays with it so nicely, and then all of a sudden Franco comes on, like lifts up the track, completely breaks the whole thing, and Lorenzo just gets so angry. but it is so hard to keep them away from things like that, especially if he's going to be doing it on the floor where they're entitled to play as well. You know, it's really difficult, but you just have to try and keep him calm, rebuild the track a million times. But yeah, it's gonna happen, and it does happen a lot. Is Nico looking forward to starting school in September? He is so excited to be starting school. He's really excited to be going to the same school as Lorenzo. I think Lorenzo's a bit miffed that he's not going to be in the same class as Nico. Obviously Lorenzo has to move up, but he wants to stay in the reception class with Nico, and he did get a bit upset and he's like, I don't want to move up. But I feel like now he's had his transition sessions into the next year and Nico's had his transitions into the first year. They're really looking forward to being together. I think he's really sad to be leaving preschool. He absolutely loves his key worker. He always asks if she can come round for tea, bless him. Right, and question number 12 is, do you have a cleaner? If not, how do you keep your house so clean? My house is usually tidy, but it's not always clean. Like if you run your finger along some of our shelves, the amount of dust that will come off is unreal. We don't have a cleaner. We just do it between ourselves. Dan at the weekend will do all the bathrooms, like every weekend. Saturday morning he'll get up and literally like blitz all of the bathrooms. So he does more of like the deep cleaning. So I do what I can, obviously keep on top of the washing. I do all the washing and the drying, the ironing. I keep on top of the washing up, dishwasher, everything throughout the day. I sort of do as I go along, so it never builds up, which I do think helps. And that is one big tip to sort of keep a tidy home, is to just do things as you go. There is never really a day that we're like, right, this is a cleaning day, we're gonna blitz everything and gonna like steam the floors and scrub the skirting boards. Like I don't actually think we've ever scrubbed the skirting boards and we've been here 2 years. It's just something that we do like regularly, if that makes sense. Like if I'm dusting, I'll just quickly go around and do it that way. We never actually do like a deep clean, if that makes sense. That probably makes us sound like we live in a really skanky house, but we don't, trust me. I would love a cleaner. If we could afford a cleaner, I would 100% have her here every day, or have him here every day. 12 questions, that was it. So that's not too bad, was it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a huge thumbs up, and please subscribe while you're over here. If you've enjoyed this video, or you watch any of my other videos and you're not yet subscribed, I would love for you to stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.